Assignment and inflation. What is inflation and explain each type of inflation and its causes why it happened. So, inflation is an increase in the prices of goods and services over time. It can be caused by various factors which can be grouped into three broad categories: demand pull inflation, cost push inflation, and inflation expectations. Demand pull inflation. This type of inflation arises when the total demand for goods and services in an economy exceeds the supply, leading to an increase in prices. Factors that can cause demand pull inflation includes an increase in consumer spending, higher wages, and low unemployment rates. Cost push inflation occurs when the production cost of goods and services increase, leading to a rise in prices. This can be caused by factors such as higher raw materials prices, increased wages, or supply chain disruptions. When these higher costs are passed on to consumer, it results in inflation. Inflation expectation can also result from inflation expectation, which is the anticipation of the future price increases by households and businesses. If people expect from prices to rise, they must adjust their behavior in a way that actually causes prices to rise, leading to self-fulfilling prophecy. In summary, inflation can be caused by a combination of factors related to demand, supply, and expectation. It is important for central bank and policymakers to monitor these factors and take appropriate measures to maintain price stability in the economy. 2. What particular year and whose administration in Philippine history were in inflation is at its lowest and highest rate? What rate is that? What might be caused of it? So, according to the Philippine Statistic Authority, the Philippine highest inflation rate was 62.8%. In September 1984, the lowest was negative 2.1% in January 1959. The Philippines inflation rate is 4.1% as of November 2023, the lowest in 3 months. In September 2023, inflation rose to 6.1% from 5.3% in August, owing primarily to higher food inflation, especially rice, meat, fruits, and corn. Inflation in the Philippines is frequently blamed on a variety of factors, including supply chain disruptions, natural disaster, and geopolitical uncertainty. The government is committed to assisting the most vulnerable sectors while also implementing necessary price control measures. In relation to hyperinflation, summarize what happened in Zimbabwe's economy from early 2007 onwards. From early 2007 onwards, Zimbabwe economy experienced hyperinflation due to poor monetary policy, strategies, and instances of policy mismanagement by Zimbabwe's President Robert Mugabe and his government. The inflation rate fluctuated greatly, with the worst of the inflation occurring in 2008, leading to the abandonment of currency in November 2008. The estimated inflation rate was 79,600,000, which is effectively a daily inflation rate of 98.0. The hyperinflation was caused by printing money in response to a series of economic shocks, including high national debt, decline in economic output, decline in export earnings, price control which exacerbated shortages, lack of confidence in government, economy, and political life. An expectation of hyperinflation. The hyperinflation lead to failing standards of living, total disruption, hardship, and poverty, with an unemployment rate of close to 80% and a virtual breakdown in normal economic activity. The government resorted to financing their spending through money creation, and hyperinflation was thus not a consequence of monetary policy but a symptom of a state that has lost control of its tax base. It can take a country decades to recover from the economic impacts of hyperinflation, and if monetary policy is not corrected appropriately, it can easily occur.